Hi, I'm Mike Rochetti. I'm with Omega Survival, and this is a video response to Lieutenant Survival on how I find and process down my fatwood. A lot of people always seem to have trouble with that, and I found a really easy way to figure it out. Usually, you want to look for a pine grove, a place where there's lots and lots of large pine trees. Preferably white pine, red pine, it doesn't really matter, but they have to be pine trees. And the whole point of fatwood is to find where the resin settles in between the branches and the base of the tree. And the best way to find fatwood is pretty much to just find the branches at the base of the pine trees, and the first couple rows are usually dead, and it's in those dead rows that the fatwood collects, and you just got to chop through it, and there's fatwood right there. As you can see, the orange coloration, and it looks like wax. Even when you cut it, it looks like wax. And there's a massive amount of fatwood right there. That's all fatwood. And if you look at the other end, it's all fatwood. And what you got to pretty much do at that point is dig into the tree and see how far up it goes. Like, you can clearly see that there's no discoloration there really. It's further down into the tree. So you'll always have the best of luck cutting the first few sections of branches off, and you'll find fatwood there almost every time. And I want to go over to another section of my camp. I'm at my camp, by the way, about 2 miles up in the mountain by a lake, and I fell a tree about 3 weeks ago because I need to use it for parts of my camp, so it's a pretty big tree. I've been letting it sit here dry out for a couple of weeks, but this is where you find the good stuff. Not really a good piece of fatwood there. That's more wet than fatwood. And it's always usually the tree trunks that face up on the branches. The ones that are angled up usually have the higher rate of fatwood in them. Yeah, this is a good one. Let me get my saw out. And you can clearly see the discoloration right here. That's fatwood. And take a branch cut the branch off. Usually you can see where the fatwood is there, and you just pretty much shave it down at that point. I'm going to go over to the fire rate. So I can process some of this fatwood down here, and I can hold it over the fire. You can see how easily it's going to go up. You can can clearly see the Fatwood where it stops. It kind of stops almost right in here. So tough to cut them down when they're this small. So here we go. Now when I get to that little piece of Fatwood here, process it down. And the Fatwood looks waxy. You can clearly see I'm stripping everything down. The main part of the Fatwood here. And here's my Fatwood. And sometimes you get lucky and get huge pieces. Sometimes you don't. But 90% of the time, I've always had luck finding it at the base of pine trees. The top first couple rows of branches always have Fatwood in them. And you can smell it. It's got a very, very pungent odor. And that's pretty much the simplest way I've ever found to find and process Fatwood. And I'd like to give my shout out to Omega Survival. And it's an up and coming YouTube channel of my own. And I only have about 10 subscribers. I've only just begun. But I'm hoping for that to change. And I hope you all over at Lieutenant Survival appreciated the video. Thanks.